Hello, who are you and where are you from?
I'm Susan Ladika. I'm from Tampa, Florida.
All right, and what do you do?
I'm a freelance journalist.
And I understand sometimes you, as a freelance journalist, deal with climate change and insurance. And
I do. I write for the Society for Human Resource Management, and I've written some HR-related stories about climate change and how it can impact workforces. And I write a lot about Florida property insurance for a Financial Times publication called P&C Specialist. I'm about to cough. Sorry.
No problem. And then, so has the climate changed much since you were a kid?
I grew up in Chicago, so it's totally different, but I have been in Tampa off and on since 1986, and it's much different today than it was 30, 20, even 10 years ago, when it used to rain like clockwork every afternoon in summer. This year we're in drought. We're seldom getting rain. It feels like temperatures, for the first time ever, the National Weather Service sent out a heat alert a month or so ago because the feels like temperature was over 110, and we've never had that before. It's really bad and crazy, and people I know that are in their 70s who were born and raised here have never experienced this.
And what about on an everyday basis? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most concerned, where would you put yourself with concern about climate change?
Maybe 7 or 8, because it's impossible to spend with the weather we've had this summer. It's been impossible to be outside in summer, it's hot usually in summer, but not like this.
And what about like on an for your job? You see a lot of insurance issues here around Tampa with climate.
Well, generally in the state, they are saying that climate change is going to make the hurricanes more frequent and more severe, like what we saw with Hurricane Ian in Fort Myers, which was supposed to come to Tampa and turned and went over Fort Myers. But that, I imagine we're going to see a lot more storms like that.
And you were telling me at lunch that there's a lot of flood mitigation issues around Tampa itself. And
the south part of town, South Tampa, is notorious for flooding with rain, and it's just with a regular rainfall, and it's getting worse. And the Washington Post had a map of where cities were sinking, and Tampa was pretty high up in the list of cities that are sinking. And our main hospital is literally right on the bay, just down this river, which if there's ever a bad storm. I don't know what they're doing to mitigate flooding, but that doesn't seem like the best place for a hospital.
And homeowners are complaining about insurance.
Yes, and that's only the problem with the insurance. We're all losing coverage, but a lot of that is due to fraud and litigation, and they changed the laws regarding that. But it's hard to get insurance, it's expensive to get insurance, and the situation's really getting worse.
And then what about the future? How about, are you an optimist or a pessimist about the climate, and is there anything we can do about it?
I don't feel good about where this, as the country as a whole, with all the craziness that's happened this year with tropical storms in Southern California and the heat out west. I don't know as an individual really what we can do. It's got to be businesses, it's got to be the government. I don't really see that much that we can do as individuals.
And you think it will be done or no? Does that make you optimistic or pessimistic?
I'm pretty pessimistic. We're going to be in bad shape in 50 years, or if not before, I think.
Well, very good. And today, what is it, the 24th of August?
Yes.
Here in Tampa, Florida. Thank you very much.
Thank you.